Okay, let's board. I was hoping it was a Titan. We have so many more hard counters though. Like if that was a Menelik there instead of a Muddle, we're just dead. The nice thing about my variant of the deck is I actually do have some game against. Now here's the thing, he didn't see my artifacts. We actually could stay on Thopter Sword Brainbeck. How good is that against somebody that's just definitely comes in? How good is that against somebody who's just trying to Emrakul you? Not great, but the burn's not so good. It's not that great. Neither are the snares. One more cut. I don't like Helix all that much. It's minor. It does some work, but yeah, like most blue-white red, these slots here are like some combination of like Ramans and Metalik. For me, I'm running Muddles, so against something like Titan Shift, this is just straight up a hard counter. You're just like, oh, Escape Shift countered, doesn't matter. Through the Breach countered. So there are benefits to being my variant on blue-white red. If we're leaving in the Sword Thopter package, we actually curve like this. Like this. And that's kind of the end. We get a little chunkier if you bring in the... we do get a little more chunky. The curve gets a little more chunky if you bring in the Resto package. But I mean, when you're taking out bolts, like your curve's going to shift dramatically anyway. Like boarding out the artifacts? You could, but then what do you have? Some bolts and a helix? It's not all that exciting. I'm going to bring in both combos. If he saw snares for Farseek and Elder, I like all the burn. Keep it's got to crumble. Now here's the thing about Titan Shift. Some versions only run 2 Valakut, some run 3 or 4. So what's nice here is if I can crumble here, he might expose the Valakut earlier than he should, and we just crumble him. We'll see if we get the crumble. Bring him crumbling down. Crumbling, crumbling down. Deep, deep down. I was kind of hoping to draw that 4th land, if you're wondering why I didn't crack there. Didn't help. It's a very minor percentage increase, by the way. There he seems blah without Emmy. Why do you say that? Do you realize how bad the Emrakul is if you draw it by itself, Mayor McCheese? Have you ever played Nahiri Emrakul? I don't really like it all that much, but if that's your jam, play it. I don't like a random one of Emrakul that doesn't do anything when you draw it, though. I did that for a while in this deck. I did that for a while in Possibilities, Blue-Red Possibilities. Endless Possibilities. The Emrakul feels so terrible when you draw him. Same can be said. Now, the Nahiri Wombo Combo deck is a different take on, you know, this is a different way to get out the Emrakul. Also, when you run a Planeswalker, don't run a Planeswalker with hopes of ultimating it. You're living in the clouds. No offense. Unless we're talking like Legacy and we're talking about Jace, that's different. But no, when I assess a Planeswalker, maybe outside of Jace, maybe outside of Legacy, I don't really look at her for her ultimate. I look at her for her +2 and her -2. I think it's a pipe dream when you start thinking about Planeswalker ultimates. A lot of things have to go right, and your opponent has to draw very poorly, or you were going to win anyway for you to ultimate, in my opinion. For the most part. But anyways. But you're Tron Karn, Father. That's different. That's a different archetype. If you put walkers in blue-white red, it's the struggle. It's... You're not really... I mean, okay, I've ultimated Nahiri probably once. And we've owned a Nahiri on this stream for over... And I've played her in a bunch of different decks, Legacy and Modern. And I think I messed around with her in Standard. I think I've ultimated her once. I think I've ulted her once. But I was already winning the game. I was already winning. Alright, let's see. Search. But you put her in the right shell, she could. No, when I look at a Planeswalker Overmaster, you're not listening, friend. When I look at a Planeswalker outside of something like Jace, the Mind Sculptor, I assume that I'm not getting to... I look at their utility. I look at their utility for every other mode on the card. I don't really look at the ultimate. I mean, yes, it's there. It exists. I don't really use it when I'm assessing a Planeswalker. I don't really pay attention to it is all I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're not. That is actual text on the card. Yeah. I'm just making you aware I don't really... When I assess a card, I pretty much ignore the ultimate. Because it's a pipe dream. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just making you guys aware that that's my opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're not. That's just my opinion. If I look at a walker, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Maybe that'll happen once. And it did. I've done it once. Cool. Check mark. Joseph says, I hope my Planeswalker's about 0.00003%. Right. They're designed as a pipe dream. There's a reason it's a huge amount of loyalty. It's a pipe dream. They're fun. It's for fun. Seriously. It sometimes happens, but my attitude towards that text on the Planeswalker outside of Jace, because he's ridiculous, my attitude towards most walkers is, okay, that's cute, but like, you're playing the Planeswalker for the other abilities for the most part. But anyway, yeah, seemed lacking, and then he couldn't get Nihiri and Protector. Right, you have to protect a walker. That's the hard part. What do I want to do here? Here's the unfortunate reality. He hasn't played out of Valakut. So, like, I can't justify... I think he's still crack here. I think you do. You could go Hallowed Fountain. We need to draw land regardless for this to work out. For us. Alright. We may just be dead again. That sucks. Go. Yeah, I mean, like, that's why my feeling, like, when I look at Jace, he's probably the only walker. I mean, maybe Liliana. I think Lily and Jace are the only two walkers when I look at them. I'm like, yeah. The ultimate in my mind feels like it has text. I feel like Nahiri's ultimate does have text too. She's just more of a pipe dream. How's it going, Unicorn? Corthy says, if you like even the Jace ultimate's a pipe dream. Well, right, his other abilities are so strong, you probably already won. Exactly. Same with Lily, like her +1 and her -2 are so amazing, you've probably already... Okay, so just a Titan, we can come back from that. And then we get to crumble his Valakuts. Unless he just has the Emrakul again. No. Okay, so we can... Oh, I'm supposed to path the Titan before he gets the Valakuts. Fudge! I totally just punted that. I was supposed to do it in response. We're pretty toast then. I had every second to... I just clicked through it. I had every moment to just path the Titan before the Valakuts came into play. So now we take like 1 billion. That is really disappointing. We could have won this, maybe. Yeah. Excluding Jace and Lily from the rubric makes no sense. But at least you understand my argument, Irish. Yeah, I totally just punted there. Huge punt, because now we're just dead to the Sakura as well. If I'd pathed before you got the Valakuts, you could have won. Jace ult happens way more often. Yeah, we're just dead. It's okay. I mean, I made the mistake. Let's see what our next draw was. What was my next draw? We needed... Here's the thing. I needed to path the Titan, but I also needed to draw another land. Where are we going to draw the 4th land? Because I can't just sit on a Snapcaster and a path. Was I going to draw the 4th land? Was I going to... I guess we'll never know. Yeah, I mean, obviously the correct play was path the Titan. It's good to learn it here, though, instead of at the GP. But yeah, I was supposed to path in response to the Titan trigger. But no, more than that, I had to draw land, too. And here's the thing, though, is it's only going to remove 1 Valakut. That's the thing about Crumble. It's not like this. It's not like the Boom Bust. It's not as strong. Let's play another one. Moto's a quality program. No, I made the punt. I just clicked through it. I went ahead and didn't path the Titan when I was supposed to. How's it going, Tweed? But no, I hear you, Irish. Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, also like, here's the thing is, yeah, they're also just kind of pipe dreams too. I mean, you don't really need the ultimate on Lily or Jace often. Most of the time you get there because you have Brainstorm every turn. Bounce things. Yeah. Fate Seal is also deceptively powerful on Jace. Maybe arguably his strongest ability. And then, of course, you have, outside of his ultimate, and then you have Lily, like, her +1 can be crushing against certain decks. Her -2 is relevant. She's backbreaking. Lily's great. Yeah, I mean, like, some people even talked about how Lily might be too strong for Modern. I don't think that's the case. I think she's certainly reasonable for Modern, but she's a very powerful card. I think Nahiri's powerful too. Yeah. What, that Planeswalker Ultimates are a pipe dream? I just said Planeswalker Ultimates are a pipe dream, Irish. What are you talking about? What? I mean, that, like, when I look at a Planeswalker Ultimate, my feelings are that it's a bit of a pipe dream, Irish. I still stand by that. Like, my feelings are, it's not that it's extra text, because it's not. It's real, legal Oracle text on the card. But you're probably playing the Walker for its other abilities. Deck's treating us well, Tweed. We've 3-2'd basically every single league I've played it in so far. 3-2'd or better, which is kind of where I want to be. Karn too strong for Modern. Turn 3 Karn might be. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Karn is... Maybe Karn Ultimates. Like if we were going to look at, you know, if you were to, like, do research and figure out which Planeswalker ults the most, in what formats, yada yada, what would you find? Would it be Jace? Would it be Liliana? Will it be Nahiri? I don't know. Lily and Jace are great, but not because of their ults. I agree with that. Not because of their ults. Right. They are great, not because of their ults. I agree. I agree with that. I am in agreement. And there are plenty of other walkers. I think I would keep this. There are plenty of other walkers that... Cardboard crap. Not doing too bad. Good luck and have fun. Alright. I bet it's Titan or... I bet it's Titan. Avada says Karn doesn't ulti ever. There was somebody in chat earlier. Karnfather was saying he does. I believe him. Yeah, that's fine, Overmaster. I've only ulted her once, though. I'm just merely speaking from my perspective. The thing is I may not share your opinion until I do it myself multiple times, Overmaster, and I may never share your opinion. You're welcome to try to convince me. You're welcome to try to convince me. Until I do it more, though, until I see it happen more, until I observe Nahiri Ultimate more, I'm going to treat it like I treat most other Planeswalker Ultimates. I'm going to say she's awesome for her +2. She's awesome for her -2. If I ult, great. I was probably winning the game already. But, you know, you're welcome to try to convince me, friend. Yeah. Alright, Tarmagoof. Okay. Now, if I had now I could have maybe pulled off the Helix if I'd led top land. Instead, I decided to go with the painless Helix, so I assume I'm not going to be able to take out the Tarmogoyf. It's possible, though. He's on Tamir Kiki. It goes by a couple different names. I think you want to go Strand. You could go Vents. I think you want to go Strand, though. No, you go Scalding Tarn. You go Scalding Tarn. Yeah. She is Sweet and Cord. Joseph says, Planeswalker Ultimate is so slow. I'd like to see more walkers or reduce cost, reduce power ultimates. I don't know if you want that. That might not be so good. Now, he's going to have a spell snare for this Helix this time, unfortunately. My assumption would be. Played Chandra for 6 months. Okay, there's a Delver. Okay, so he's on, actually, Rogue Delver. Or you can call it Tamir Delver, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now we know. He definitely has a counterspell then, 100%. So what you can do is you can kind of try to maneuver. You can do something like... if I can back this up with a muddle